Hey, it's D. It's a brand new episode coming right for you, right on the FTO Network. Enjoy. Hoo-de-hoo! How's it going, everybody? This is D of FTO Nerd Talk. It's good to be here. It's good to do this episode. I know it's a few days late. It is Friday today. I'm just recording August 19th. And you know what? It's fun. It's nice. There's a lot to talk about today. I have been doing okay. I am ready for the weekend roundup that is tonight. I got to record an episode of Blurred News because I haven't done that yet. It's going to be a long episode. What I've been doing this week is mostly just working. I haven't been doing like the ride share stuff as much as I usually do, but I have been doing like other jobs, a lot more FTO stuff, trying to do some more collabs. Just trying to change things up. Trying to work with more people. Spread myself out a little bit more. I made a post on TikTok a few days ago, probably, about the things that are changing with FTO, me putting myself out there more, because you guys know, I talk about the mental health that I go through ever so often, and I feel like I'm getting out of that haze of the trauma of my past. It's been 6 years, feel a lot better, I'm more comfortable with making mistakes, holding myself accountable for those mistakes. I called Ezra Miller, someone called me out on that. I didn't like the way they called me out on that, but, I owned up to my mistake and, accepted it. It was a mishap. I called Ezra Miller instead of they. It happens. And, as the non-binary community had let us know multiple times, hey, it's a slip-up. It happens. We understand. And, just don't need to apologize. Just correct it and move on. And that's what I did. I corrected and I moved on. So, in the future, if anyone comes at you in an aggressive way about, you misgendering someone, just, shrug it off. I get it's hard. I get that. Because it was hard for me. Because I gotta tell you, I got a little angry about it. But you know what? I'm human. We get angry about stuff, man. But, own up to your mistake. Move on. And how would that be that? And to say all that, we got a lot of news, man. A whole lot of news to talk about this week. And I am ready to talk about it because I'm prepared. I got all the articles ready. First and foremost, I got all the articles ready. And the cherry on top of that, I got all of the information with the articles, unlike last week's episode, where I had absolutely nothing. Nothing. So, let me start by saying, I did watch Day Shift. I did a TikTok about that as well. I made a little review about that bad boy. I loved it. I listened to two black nerds. They said they didn't like it, but I feel like they took that movie way too serious, for it to be a mediocre comedy. It was a mediocre comedy that knew it was a mediocre comedy, and I feel like when a movie knows how silly it is, you can't overanalyze it. You can't put too much emphasis inside of it, because what's the point? What's the point? Also watch Sandman. Got one episode left to watch. So watch 9 episodes. Got one more to go. Oh my God. The Sandman is so good. So good. They got so many sleeper episodes inside this show. It's wow. It's reportedly getting a second season. So woohoo. Here for that. So Day Shift, Sandman, loved them both. I'm going to talk about it again on the weekend roundup. Probably go a little bit more in depth about the episodes. So make sure you check out the Twitter page. Also, make sure you check out Liz Holland Productions. It's the company I work for. We do a lot of different stuff, from commercials to TV shows to to promos to talking about stuff us just being silly sometimes. It's a fun place. So make sure you check out Liz Holland Production on Instagram, Twitter. Probably not Twitter, more YouTube. YouTube and Instagram and Facebook is where it most primarily is. Also, I'm still working with Vero, so you want to check out me on Vero or sign up on Vero. If you want good quality photographs, you want to have a fun time talking about stuff that you actually want to talk about, not just get bogged down with TikTok videos and the algorithm, Vero is the place to go, most definitely. And also, hey, Spreaker. If you're trying to get into podcasting, you want to get paid for doing podcasting, check out Spreaker, because that's how you hear the ads on this podcast. It's from there. With all that being said, let's get to it. Quinta Brunson linked with Warner Brothers Television to develop a new project in her very first overall deal. This is awesome. So she's under a new pact with Warner Brothers Discovery to create TV shows and movies, just original content, to produce and create multiple content. Here's the thing, not just on HBO Max. So here's my thinking, like how all this really works out. Like she had like her pick of the mill when it comes to anything Warner Brothers Discovery. So anything on the Discovery Channel, anything on TLC, like HBO, whatever she wants to create, they are giving it to her. And I gotta tell you, man, that sounds dude, she won the lottery. Like all this hard work that she put in, like has finally paid off for her. And kudos to her, man. My goodness, if you guys haven't seen Abbott Elementary, so good. If you haven't seen like a Black Lady sketch show, so good. She was only for one season, the first season, and then she was off to do Abbott Elementary after that. But she deserves all the flowers, all the roses, all the gold pressed bars that she is getting. She deserves them all. I'm really here to see how far she can really go. Spooka Cell, Netflix Black UK superhero drama from Rapman Taps, or links in, or adds to the cast, Tosin Cole. For those of you who don't know, Tosin Cole is one of the companions from the latest iteration of Doctor Who. He's playing the main character. Michael Lasanki is following a group of ordinary people in London who get superpowers. The filming will commence in London very soon. This is cool because if you guys haven't watched The Misfits, the TV show, the UK TV show, not the American version. Let's not even talk about that. Let's not even bring that up. But The Misfits, the TV show, is about just a bunch of delinquents essentially having to do community service, and they get superpowers. And it's probably one of the few superpowered themed TV shows in the UK, and having a new one coming out with a superhero franchise being as hyped as it is, I gotta check this out. And having someone who was once a companion of Doctor Who a part of it, yes, 100% yes. So I'm here for this show. I can't wait to check it out. I will keep you guys posted when I do watch it. Make sure you follow me on TikTok to see any kind of interview or review that I do about this, because I am seriously hyped about this. Supercell is the name of it. Next up, we got Disney news. Star Wars Rogue One getting IMAX re-release with Andor's first look. Rogue One Star Wars story is returning to IMAX August 26th. Star Wars Andor's premieres Disney Plus September 21st. Yes. Now, this is one of the few Star Wars properties that I am actually excited for. There's a lot of Star Wars out there. Mandalorian, Rogue One, not Rogue One, what's am I thinking about? The Acolyte. They got the Obi-Wan. They got all these other shows. Boba Fett out there. All these Star Wars shows. I didn't give a rat's about any of these shows. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it for you guys. Maybe Obi-Wan, kind of, sort of. But I feel 6 episodes, not enough for me to get into it. But this right here. Andor, I watched this in theaters with my wife. Rogue One, my goodness. It didn't even feel like a Star Wars movie. This is so good. Probably one of the best Star Wars films I've ever seen. You can fight me about this. You can get angry all you like, but I'm telling you right now, Rogue One is one of the best Star Wars movies out there, bar none. So watching Andor, which is a prequel to Rogue One, hell yes. 1,000 times yes. Come on. If you're not excited for this, you're not, and you call yourself a Star Wars fan, I don't think you're really a Star Wars fan. I don't know. I got to question your Star Wars fanness when it comes to this coming out, because wow, this looks amazing. Next up, celebrity news. Tom Holland announced a social media break. He's saying it's a mental health break from social media. Now I got a friend who is also doing a social media break, and they just said you know what, I need a break. It's too much. Too much is going on. Following the news, following social media, posting stuff, being got my own stuff I got to create. I just need a break. And you know what? I get it. I just listened to The Daily Show, and John Boyega was on there. Apparently, a year ago, he took a break also. People were what? You taking a break? What? I love it when celebrities take a break. It shows their humanity. First off, it shows hey, it's not always about the money. It's always about making that cash, and can put on as much content as you want. You know what? I am a bit biased because working with FTO, I have not really taken a break. When I do take breaks, it's on my birthday. I take a break November 1st to December 31st. I'm not kidding you. I take a break for 2 months. I post nothing but memes. I come back to do a best of, and that's about as far as it goes. I think this year I'm gonna do the best of, but I'm gonna keep on doing the blurred news every week. So, come, I'm not kidding, I'm dead serious. Come November, I'm going to be posting mostly memes on Instagram. And, I'm going to be doing mostly blurred news, probably some would you rathers. but I'm not getting as hyped as I was. So I'm here for this. Tom Holland says, I find Instagram and Twitter to be overstimulating and to be overwhelming. He also says in a video online, I get caught up and I spiral when I read things about me online, and ultimately it's very detrimental to my mental health, and I can completely understand that. Whether it's positive or negative, like, if it's positive, it's too much hype on you. Like, I can't live up to this expectation. Like, people think I'm great. I'm the greatest Spider-Man ever. And, like, they love me, like, even though they don't even know me. And if it's negative, like, what the hell did I do to this person to make them think me like this? Like, they didn't like me, like, in certain films? Like, what the hell? Like, how am I making your day this bad? Like, it's a lot. I get it. And next up, movie news. Spy Kids reboots as DJ Corona. Coat Rona to cast. Now, Coat Rona is from, he was in the From Dusk to Dawn TV show, if you guys know. He was also a part of Zachary Levi's Shazam film. He plays, which character did he play inside of that? Pedro. He played Pedro inside of that show, inside the movie. So, he's going to be also coming up in the Shazam Fury of the Gods film. So, he's going to come back for the sequel. But he's also going to be a part of the Spy Kids reboot. I mean, if you like Spy Kids, there you go. Next up, this is something I'm going to be talking about pretty soon. Like, so you get like a front door seat of what I'm going to be talking about when it comes like to blurred news tomorrow. So don't tell anybody. First off, mum's the word when it comes to that. Secondly, this is like pretty interesting news. So like this is going to be like I'm going to tell you about each one of these things as they come up. But this is going to be one story in blurred news. I'm going to do 4 stories, kind of 5 really. And like try to smash them together as much as I possibly can. But here's one right here. Movie news: Blue Beetle target for 2023 release, despite Warner Brothers Discovery mass cancellation. Now this is interesting to me simply because like it is like following a cancellation of Batgirl. This is one thing. Secondly, it's going to be like a theatrical release. But it was supposed to be on HBO Max. That's 2. Number 3 is the Flash movie is still coming out in the same year. So like this means something. It has to. Like they're trying to gloss over what's going on with Ezra Miller and their whole thing, and they're trying to put like the Blue Beetle like over it, like put a little blanket over it, like a little like Blue Beetle sandwich over the Ezra Miller scandalous film that like is gonna come out regardless whether we like Ezra Miller or not. Like it's gonna come out. Like the movie's still gonna happen. But this is trying to cover it up. It has to be, right? Like, but like I'm here for it, regardless. It's Blue Beetle. It's Jaime Reyes. Jaime does get on my nerves in the comic books and the TV show because he doesn't want to be a superhero, and it's an old trope. It's really getting tired. But like I get it. But I really hope they do like the character justice, like make him as annoying as he is in the comic books, but still have him be as awesome as the character is. I think the only time I've seen Jaime Reyes like not be annoying was in the Batman Brave and the Bold series when he was portrayed by James Marsden, who was a white guy. And Jaime Reyes is Latinx, so that was a weird moment in history, but whatever. It's a little comic book news for you. Human Torch, new form unlocks the opposite of his Fantastic Four power. So in the issue of New Fantastic Four, issue number 3 by Peter David and Ali Robinson, the demon finds a way to possess Johnny Storm, and when he gets in there, now under the demon's control, Johnny Storm, iconic red and orange flames, become blue and black in a Human Torch form. So he shoots out cold blasts at people. That's his whole thing. So he shoots cold. It's opposite. Just like the headline said. It's opposite. Not much to say about that. Here's a story I talked about in a previous episode of Blurred News. If you guys are still following that, I want to keep on talking about that. I am proud of Blurred News. Like, it's nice to finally have like a name for it. So just calling it FTO News the entire time, and I get like to do what I want to do with it. Like I think about like Trevor Noah with the Daily Show. I think about John Oliver with his show. I think about this may seem hokey to you, but I think about Lester Holt with like the late night daily news. Like I think about all those things, and like I try to put like a lot of that into like what I do with Coming Blurred News, and it feels good like to put all those things together in a show. It really does, and like I have fun doing it. I feel like I'm gonna grow and progress myself with this, and this is a weird thing about it. People hit me up very often, like through my DMs, like, hey man, I really like what you're doing with Blurred News. It's really fun. It's like seeing like, like what you're doing with this and putting out there for us to see, and like, talking about something that we want to hear, but it's you telling it to us. Like I didn't think it was going to catch on like this. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't think it was going to pick up like this. This is probably like my 5th attempt at doing something like this, and it's catching on. So I guess like either I'm doing something right, or maybe the times have caught up with me. But like it's nice to finally do this and feel the appreciation, and me not retreating to myself because like the trauma tells me that hey, that imposter syndrome is here. You're not as good as you think you are. Pew, and move on. You know what I mean? So, but the story is movie news. Prey becomes Hulu's all-time number one premiere. Period. Like Hulu's number one premiere. This is it. Like out of TV shows and movies, this is the number one thing. It still has a 92% rating on Rotten Tomato. I think it has over 40-some million views already on Hulu. This is insane. Because it really is a good movie. And like, you know, the foreshadowing aside, like, you know, a lot of these new films today, they're not made for the avid movie goer. It's not. And like we gotta understand and appreciate that. But like even though it's not made for the hardcore elite movie fans, it still has substance. And this movie has a lot of heart inside of it. It really does. So if you haven't seen Prey, it's a heroic story about like, you know, a survival and like, you know, accepting one's like ability in themselves. And it feels good to see this like in a strong female lead who is also Native American inside this story. Like I love it. Seeing like an indigenous woman like in this era in 1719 and just killing it. Like literally like going at it and taking on a predator, dude, an alien. Like what? I'm here for it. Someone suggested that they should keep this thing going and like go to like a feudal Japan and show us what samurai is taking on different predators. I can't disagree with that. But like this is a cool movie. Make sure you guys check it out. Next up, TV news. This is like another thing I'm talking about with Blurred News. So like, you know, if you're paying attention, this is like another story. The Batman spinoff HBO Max series featuring Penguin to begin filming soon. Now, here's the thing about David Zaslav. He says like he's aggressively cutting costs. He's axing TV shows like the Wonder Twins and Batgirl, but this one is still going. This one in greenlit. So any other show tell you like, hey, there's a lot of these shows that aren't going on still. Like this is one of them. The Penguin is still, it's a limited series, so they'll probably get one season. So don't overhype yourself when it comes to this. And I feel like it's going to be a filler for the second Batman film, which like it hasn't been greenlit for a second film, but come on, they're doing a series. Like come on, let's be real with each other, all of us. Let's be real. That movie made too much money, got too much acclaim. Like, I even have, like, a Batman shirt, like from the Batman. And I don't really buy T-shirts anymore of superheroes. And, like, I have this bad boy. And, come on. This movie, like, changed how we saw superhero films. It made Marvel, like, have to step up their game with Wakanda Forever. I mean, let's be real. You guys can say, like, that's not the case. That movie came out even before, like we're filming before that movie came out. But come on. Come on. Let's be real. Come on, guys. Like, come on. Next up, game news. Marvel Midnight Sun game delayed indefinitely. So, wow. Firaxis said that they have made a decision to move back from the launching time of Marvel Midnight Sun to ensure we are developing best possible experience for our fans. In the announcement, Firaxis also confirmed that the game will still be released this fiscal year for Windows, PC, Xbox Series XS, and PlayStation 5. So it's coming out on those stations, but like, you know, it has been delayed. So yeah, I mean the fiscal year can be anything though. It can be like 2023, like, you know, maybe in February. Who the hell knows? Because like I do want to see this. Like I want to see like what this looks like. Like it looks ridiculous. I'm not even gonna like try to paint this as like not looking ridiculous. It looks ridiculous. It looks a bit gaudy. Like when I say that too, but I'm intrigued. I'm still invested. I want to see what happens next. So even saying all those things, I'm still invested. Next up, movie news. A live-action Pac-Man movie is coming. The Hollywood Reporter confirmed that the classic arcade game from Bandai Namco Entertainment, known for Galaga and Tekken, in addition to Pac-Man, has a feature film in the works with Wayfair Studios. All right. How is this going to play out? Is it going to be more of a Sonic kind of thing? It's going to be live action. It's not going to be like, you know, animated. How's this going to work? Like, is it going to be just like the leg Pac-Man? Like the Pac-Man with the white gloves and the legs and the foot and the red shoes? Like, But, like, it's just his head and the legs and, like, nothing else? Is that going to be the deal? Is he going to, like, look different? Is it going to be, like, another Sonic thing? Like, oh, fix the CGI. It's going to be, like, one of those kind of things? Because I'm really serious. Like, how is this going to play out? Because I have no idea how any of this is going to look. I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm confused and curious at the same time. I'm confused. Wow. Here's the thing. If you guys hashtag confurious, I know you listen to this podcast. Wow, I can't believe I just said that. Okay, next news. This is also, if you're paying attention, this is also going to be on a Blurred News episode, which probably comes out on Sunday again. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Movie news. DC film Constantine reboot is aiming for an early 2023 filming. Now this is the shit that I'm talking about. This right here. This along with Blue Beetle, that comes out also in 2023, along with The Flash. And here's the other kick. Most of you may not know this, but like DC has made their own proprietary studio, or I guess Warner Brothers Discovery have made their own proprietary studio for films. Call it DC Studios. Very similar to Marvel Studios. But here's the caption for it. Constantine producers are scouting filming location to prepare for shooting to begin in 2023. While the show is purportedly safe from cancellation, the fate of certain exhibition HBO Max superhero shows like Doom Patrol and Titans remain ambiguous. So Doom Patrol, Teen Titans or Titans could possibly be canceled, but Constantine, all right. It sounds like it's gonna be a TV show, not a movie, but that's still interesting. Now, this also went on to say something about like the Zatanna film that's supposed to come out. That may still happen. The Justice League Dark film, that may still happen. We don't know. I do think like the best option for Snyder, if he was in the right cognizant of all this, was to do a second film for a smaller budget, like 20 million, maybe 30 million, and make like a Justice League Dark film. Smaller film, not as long, very S-Man-esque. Not so much Marvel, not so much Spider-Man, and definitely not like some hokey kind of show, like small, under budget, poor lighting, stuff like that. But definitely something that stays with you, but safe. And I feel like Justice League Dark could have been that film. But you know what? We got Constantine. Yeah, pretty cool, right? Coming out 2023, the same year as Blue Beetle, the same year as The Flash. And like here's some more interesting news. Also going to talk about on Blurred News. Black Canary standalone movie is still happening at HBO despite Batgirl cancellation. The upcoming movie will see Smollett teaming up yet again with Misha Green, Lovecraft Country, who will be penning the script for the movie. Smollett and Green first worked together in Underground, 2016 historical drama, which was interesting. It was very Xenopop. And if you guys know what Xenopop is something that takes place in a different time, but has like a very modern feel to it, like with the music, like with current music, current themes, current like colloquialisms. That's Xenopop. We don't talk about the Xenopop very often, but like I call stuff that has like a period theme attached to it, but like has like the mannerisms of now Xenopop, because Xena was the first place I saw that stuff happen. So it's Xenopop. And Black Canary standalone is still happening. Don't have a date. That's the weird part. We don't have a date. If I'm being a betting man, I'm going to say 2023. Like, seriously. They got to do stuff that's relatable, stuff that people want to see. I want to see Constantine, period. I want to see Constantine as a black man. I don't give a damn who don't want to see that. I want to see that. I want to see Superman as a black man, too. Again, don't care who don't want to see that. But, like, this also makes me think to myself, like, is David Zaslav trying to, like, prove that he's not racist by doing this? Like, we know he's a Trumper. So, like, is he doing it, like, so, like, we don't get mad at him because of Batgirl? Was Batgirl really just a bad movie? That's why these movies are still coming out? Or is he just teasing us with these coming out, but they're not really going to come out? Something to think about when it comes to this. A lot of different avenues and, like, ventures that come out, like, how Zaslav is thinking about this. And, like, the fact that I'm saying his name, like, he's already winning. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's already won because I'm saying his name constantly. He's just the CEO. He's not even, like the quote-unquote the Kevin Feige of this whole thing. Like, he's just like the CEO of Warner Bros. Discovery, but I'm still talking about him, So he's already won. He's already got me talking about DC, even though I'm mad at that fucking dude. That's your swear to show right there. If you guys don't get like the swear to show thing, it's because like first off, if you're new to the show, welcome, and make sure you subscribe and leave a review, like four or higher. Don't leave in that 3 stuff. You know, like if you want to leave a 3, maybe we should have a talk in the DM. You know what I mean? But the the swear today is like, so I don't have to make this explicit, because I'm not doing that. That crushes me. That crushes my heart. So, TV news. This is sad news too. This is also, hey, the other news article that's going to be a part of Blurred News. Huh? Look at that. There you go. The quota is filled. Kevin Smith new DC series canceled by HBO Max. Strange Adventures was an anthology project Kevin Smith signed on to work for a few years ago. He recalled believing it would be a $4 million project. To his surprise, he was floored when he discovered he was involved in a $20 million project. But it's canceled. Like, I'm pretty sure it was canceled because he talked some heavy crap about Warner Bros. Discovery. I mean, he seems surprised by this, but like you just literally cursed out Warner Bros. Discovery. Like, dude, are you serious? Like, come on. And I wanted to see this because like Strange Adventures is supposed to have like just random assortment of characters, like a lot of unknown characters, kind of like how what James Gunn was doing with Peacemaker. That's what Strange Adventures was supposed to be. So imagine like what Kevin Smith is doing with the He-Man property right now, but put that into like a TV show for Adam Strange. And those you know Adam Strange is he's more like a Flash Gordon kind of character who zips in a Zeta beam from like one planet back to Earth. But he hangs out with other characters in the DC universe, like especially like the cosmic characters. Sometimes like with the Thanagarians, sometimes with the Tamaranians, sometimes with the Green Lanterns. Like he like just hops around, even the New Gods. And like you know, I feel like the Strange Adventures could have been like a very good leeway to us possibly talking about the New Gods with Ava DuVernay and bringing that back possibly. But that was gone because Kevin Smith lost his temper, so rightfully so. Lost his temper, rightfully so, but you know, that's what happened. So, Love, Death, and Robots renewed for Season 4 at Netflix. TV news. This is awesome. Season 1 and 2 is already out. Season 3 came out May 20th of this year. So, there you go. I'm not caught up yet. I gotta watch a new season of Love, Death, and Robots. Like, I got kids, and like, this is not a kid-appropriate show. And like, it's Love, Death, Robots. Love, Death, and Robots is a show that's mostly, you know, for adults. It has like a good vibe to it. Like, 'cause like all the stories are different. Like, and sometimes being baked while you're watching it, it's a good vibe. It's a good vibe. Just let's be honest, it is. So I don't want to watch that while I'm like for one sober. I got at least have like some alcohol inside of me. Not that I need it to watch it, but like it's sometimes better to watch stuff like that you're not going to take that serious, but has like a good vibe to it while you're like, you know, a bit inebriated. So yeah. Viola Davis, to star in Hunger Games prequel, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, as the head game master. This is like the new movie that's coming out. So movie news. Lion Gate movie is based on the 2020 book of the same name, which takes place decades before the adventure of Katniss Everdeen and the Hunger Games. The prequel is focused on the 18-year-old Snow, who eventually becomes the tyrannical leader of the dystopia known as Panem. Wow. And Viola Davis is the head game master. So, here's the thing. This is like the really interesting part, in my perspective. This is the really interesting part. What Katniss did had never been seen before. Now, I haven't read the book, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but I feel like all those kids are going to die. I mean, like, it's Hunger Games. So, I mean, except for the ones who win, you know what I mean? So, that's going to be interesting. Huh? So, Viola Davis got a steady job for a good while, killing kids. There you go. Hope I don't get flagged for saying this. Next up, Blackish creator Kenya Barris to direct Wizard of Oz remake at Warner Brothers. New Line previous announced retelling The Wizard of Oz. New Line version will be directed by Nicole Cassie of Watchmen and is described as fresh take on Dorothy and the Land of Oz. This fresh take had better follow Frank Baum's story because those stories are dark as hell. This is a movie, so I really want to see like how dark they can get with the Wizard of Oz franchise, because it is dark. There have been like a few tellings, like Tin Man on Sci-Fi Channel, I think with Zoe Deschanel. But I want to see how dark it can get, and have like having someone a part of Blackish a part of this. It's gonna have like some tones to it, like some layers. So I really want to see how this goes. This is cool. This is really cool news. Game news. Multiverses reveals new fighters: Black Adam and Stripe. If you're not familiar with Stripe, Stripe is one of the characters from the movie Gremlins. So that's interesting, right? Like playing as a gremlin in a Smash Brother Melee fighter game. Like how cool is that? I mean, Black Adam alone is pretty boss, but they gotta sell that movie. You know, they gotta sell that movie. I'm pretty sure like when the Blue Beetle comes out, hey, you guys want to buy a Blue Beetle? I don't know what that voice was. It felt weird. I don't know. I don't have no excuse for that voice, so I apologize. Greg Berlanti, reportedly a possible candidate to helm the DCU. From Variety, they say it seems that the company is on the hunt for their very own version of Kevin Feige to oversee operations at DC Films. I'm not angry at this. I posted this on Twitter. There was like some yeses, there was some no's. And like my thinking is, the Arrowverse came out 4 years after The Dark Knight, and that's like the same year that Iron Man came out. The Dark Knight, they came out the same year. They did. Not many people know that, but like The Dark Knight and Iron Man came out the same year. Smart move from Marvel. Just throwing it out there. Smart move on those guys. It was really smart, like to piggyback off of The Dark Knight and like make that movie come out then. But 4 years after that, the Arrow show came out, and it was a hit. Sensational. Like, you got to see, like, some crazy stuff happen inside that universe. And it was strong for a good 3-4 years, like, by most fans' standard, you know? And, like, it lasted, like, up until now. Like, The Flash is canceling. Like, you can say Superman and Lois is a part of that universe. Since, like, it's like a branching off. Since, like, Supergirl and, like, the Omniverse of that universe was confined to one universe, you know? And, like, Stargirl kinda is attached to that. Is it, though? I don't know. Probably, they talk about, like, those characters, but I'm not sure they actually connected to it. But the Superman and Lois, like, is technically connected to Arrowverse, and that show is still going. Recasted to Jonathan Kent, I believe, also. Still not watching that show, for you know why. You guys know why. But, yeah, this is interesting. Having, like, a Berlanti a part of this, like, could be, like, a plus. Could be a plus, because, like, he introduced a Crisis on the Crisis on Infinite Universe. He introduced that, and, like, I came back to, like, the Arrowverse just to watch that. And if, like, you know, he puts more of a adult theme, which I don't think is gonna happen. They want to put butts in seat, and the best way to do that is with kids or, you know, teenagers. And, like, you guys can say, hey, the MCU isn't for kids. Like, us as adults, we can appreciate them. Like, you can appreciate them, and you can love them. But, you know, they market those for kids. Like, just like they market most cartoon shows that you guys like. They're marketed for kids. You just happen to like them. Not a bad thing, but, like, that's their target audience. You just happen to jump in that pool with them. No hate. It's superheroes. Who doesn't like comic books are made for teenagers. I still fucking read them. I got to do swears. I'm not putting explicit on this episode. It's not happening. But Berlanti, that's cool. Like, I want to see what happens. I really do. So, with all that being said, we're going to take a little bit of a break. We're going to come right back. Which promo is going to be? I got to find a promo. Which one am I going to use? Did I use? We'll see. Surprise!
What's going on, guys? My name is Nemo, and you probably know me as Who is Nemo on TikTok. And I just want to take some time out today to talk about a very special podcast. Now, that podcast is FTO Nerd Talks. Now, FTO is a podcast that gives you daily updates on all things pop culture. So, if you're into anime, manga, comic books, TV shows, movies, and all that good stuff, FTO is the podcast for you. Now, I know what you're all thinking. There are so many podcasts out there that already do the same thing, and I'm about to tell you why FTO is so special. Now, FTO is so special because they emphasize on black nerd culture. Not only that, If you like to be interactive with your favorite content creators, FTO is the special podcast for you. Now, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or you just want to state your opinion about a certain project, they will engage with you. So if you haven't already, please go follow FTO Nerd Talks on all social media platforms. And if you haven't already, please do me a favor, follow them on Apple Music and Spotify so you don't miss out on their weekly podcasts. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.
And we're back. I know you guys heard him say FTO Nerd Talks in that promo, but it's fine. That's what it says on my Instagram. And everyone, it's better than F Toner. That's what most people say. Oh, hey, F Toner. That's not my name, but I guess I'll go with it. I guess I'll go with it. It's so embarrassing to hear that him not be my name on these platforms. But you know what? You take what you can get. So. Things to watch. It's that time. Things to watch. Let's go and do some things to watch. I should get some Primo music. Definitely. In UO, it's ancient curses have been put on the margin of society. When you meet the blind musician, it's a musical. It's an anime musical. It just, I don't know. I cut myself off from reading it because it's an anime musical. It really is. That's all it is. It seems interesting. It's like the same style as Samurai Champloo. I think it's the same creator also. You may be into it. So, there you go. Emily the Criminal with Aubrey Plaza. Emily is saddened with the student debt and locked out of a job market due to minor crime record. Despite desperate for income, she takes a shady gig as a dummy shopper, buying goods with stolen credit cards supplied by a handsome, charismatic middleman named Yusef, played by FTO Rossi. Faced with a series of dead-end job interviews, Emily soon finds herself seduced by the quick cash and illicit thrills of black market capitalism. Yeah, there you go. Plaza looks hot in this, though. She looks gorgeous. Like, absolutely stunning in this. Like, she looks, like, mature. Like, she doesn't look as wacky as she usually does. Like, she still looks like, I think sultry, probably the best word to describe, like, how most people would, like, perceive Aubrey Plaza. But she has, like, more like a mature look in this. Like, her hair's blonde. She looks, like, a little bit older. It seems like an interesting film. The Legend of Molly Johnson takes place in 1989 on an isolated property. A heavily pregnant woman named Molly Johnson, played by Leah Purcelli, and her children struggle to survive the harsh Australian landscape. Her husband is gone, droving sheep in the high country. Molly then finds herself confronted by a Shago Aboriginal fugitive man named Yakada, played by Robin Collins. As an unlikely bond begins to form between them, secret unravel about her true identity. Meanwhile, Molly's husband is missing. It sounds like interesting. Sounds like an interesting story. She's supposed to be, it goes on to say in the synopsis that Molly becoming a symbol of feminism and anti-racism is the real, like real takeaway of all this. I don't know. It just seems interesting. Maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I'll try to find it. It's an Australian flick. Or Australian themed story, I should say. So, Roller Dome for the PS5 is a game in the year 2030. The year is 20. This is a synopsis for it. I'm gonna do it in the most interesting voice I can possibly can. I've been trying to work on my public reading. I'm very weak at that. So here we go. The year is 2030, and you are a competitor in a brutal new blood sport, Roller Dome. Combine stylish skate tricks with devilish slow-mo skills, picking your weapon with care to land a killing blow, and make it to the end of the round, and maybe with enough skill and hard work to end of the championship. Roller Dome. Sound like Steve McNiven, Wolverine. I felt that. It seems like an interesting game. That's why I picked it. Cult of the Lamb for the PC. I'll read like the first couple of sentences of this. Start your own cult in a land of false prophets, venturing out into diverse and mysterious regions to build a loyal community of woodland worshippers. and spread your word to become the true cult. Build your flock! Collect and use resources to build new structures, perform dark rituals, and appease the gods, and give sermons to reinforce the faith of your flock. What the fuck is this game? Are you serious? This is like a Sims and Civilization, but like for dark rituals. What? Why am I talking about this? This game seems like ridiculous as hell. The Sandman, Morpheus, or Dream, played by Tom Surridge, escapes from a 100-year sleep to seeks to revive his kingdom. Been working on a public reading, not as strong as it could be. Morpheus escapes from a 100-year sleep and seeks to revive his kingdom. In this series adaptation of Neil Gaiman's comic book series of the same name. Wow, I feel like he did that a lot stronger than I actually did. But hey, you know what? One take. Got it the third time. Hat trick. I watched this. And like I was talking about at the beginning of the show, I love it. Like, I really do. Like, I don't want to talk about too much before I get way too many spoilers, but there's 2 big episodes inside of this that really, like still your heart. It will make you see things, like, in a whole different perspective, especially when it comes to humanity and emotions. It's phenomenal. It really is. A League of Their Own, the new version, the comedy series by Abby Johnson and Will Graham about the 1940s All-American Girls Professional Baseball League, is a reimagining of Penny Marshall's 1992 film with the same name. It's a comedy. It's a comedy. Like, come on. A comedy? With black baseball players that are women in the 1940s? What? Yes. That sounds yes. Check a box. That is a yes. Comics. Ooh, the best part of the show. I need music for this. I need some music for like comic of the day. Comic to read. The Batman Superman World Finest. Issue number 6. Hulk. Issue number 8. Time for victory has come in the final installment of the epic crossover battle between the Hulk and Thor series. Marvel's 2 heaviest hitters expand their rage in one final brutal brawl that will answer once and for all, which of these heroes is the strongest. It sounds interesting. It just, and the cover is awesome. So there you go. I mean, I don't really care who wins this battle. Probably no one's going to win. Probably going to intervene, like always. If you ever read a comic book battle series, there's always someone who chimes in. The only time you see a character really win in a battle is if it's either a character's different name is on the title, like I said this before in the previous episode, or the character is so OP at the point that the character beats everybody. So there you go. We'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe I'll check this out just to see who wins. Avengers and X-Men Eternals. Death to the Mutants. Issue number 1. It just came out. The mutants are deviants. Eternals are coded to correct excessive deviations. The mutants are eternal, Mars colonizers, ever spreading. Eternals know what they should do. Our heroes don't want to. But can they resist the murderous design coded in their body as surely any sentient? And if they can't, can anyone survive the coming judgment? This sounds boring. It's not just how I read it. It just sounds boring. I just don't care about the Eternals or the X-Men in this capacity. And the cover is not selling it to me. I'm sorry. This does not seem interesting to me. Savage X-Men, Savage Avengers, number 4. Tasked with pursuing Conan the Barbarian, the cybernetic human known as Deadlock must now come to terms with his past. Conan the Barbarian? What the hell? I've been out of the game for a while, huh? Ms. Marvel and Moon Knight, issue number 1. Mark Spector, a.k.a. Moon Knight, protects the travelers of night. But what about the travelers to bring him death? A maniacal threat brings Ms. Marvel into Moon Knight's orbit, and the gravity of what they uncover will require them to plummet to depths of their life and death. It seems interesting. Wolverine's in it. It does seem interesting. Usagi Yojimbo, issue number 30. Ordinary Gods, issue number 8. Once, long ago, she was a polymath of the high resistance, a painter, an engineer, an architect, Today, she is an Australian Shepherd. Australian Shepherd, yeah, that's right. As a very good girl, but the Awakened are in trouble. Trapped and betrayed by one of their own. Can Grace get them out of it? Or will this be their last supper? That synopsis was a bit condescending. But whatever. That's it, though. That is the news. This lasted almost an hour? My goodness. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I think I got a fun name for the title. It's been 40 minutes. It's like you've already seen the title. You've already listened to the episode. So I'll just say what the title is going to be. The title is going to be DC is on some sneaky shit. That's 3 swears in one show. I'm still not putting this explicit on there. I'm not. Technically, shit isn't a swear on cable TV. So, if you use the logic of this being cable podcasts, it's the same thing. Huh? Right? Whatever. I want to get flagged. I can just feel it. So I say, you know what? That FTO keeps on cursing in this podcast. I'm giving them a 1-star review on it. And I'm telling Spreaker. I'm not high or drunk. I'm just in a good mood. I always have fun doing these podcasts. Sitting outside of a Cato Fashions in a Top Nail salon spa, sitting in a parking lot, waiting for Starbucks to open to buy my wife a Frappuccino. Like, what is better than that? Because I don't know. It's a lot of stuff, probably. There's probably a long list. Sleeping is probably one of them, but who knows? Who knows? Do you know? Anyways, it is Friday. I hope the week for all of you goes well. I am exhausted. I just want to hang out and party all the time. I want to go traveling. That would be nice. Having a nice little vacay by myself, that's the bee's knees right there. That is definitely something I want to do. So, you know what? A lot of things have been going pretty decent. In politics, the Inflation Reduction Act was passed. I know we talk crap about Democrats and Biden, but they actually they got a lot of wins under their belt in the past few months. And the gas prices are going down. I'm not sure if you guys noticed that or not, but it is. Inflation is still the same. Hopefully this Inflation Reduction Act takes care of that. It's it's in a name, so you would think it would. Senator Manchin is a jerkface. And Manchin is no different. Yeah, Manchin and Cinema, both jerkfaces. That Build Back Better plan was much better than this Inflation Reduction Act. And they're both jerks. Period. Bernie Sanders said it right. I'm with him. He says, this doesn't go far enough. It doesn't. We get to get, hearing aids over the counter. But you know what? We could have had free dental. We could have got, a child tax credit. Some would say that would make the inflation worse. But who knows? You don't know until you try. And the whole reason why deflation happened in the first place is with the price gouging. Stop it. What's wrong with you? We got a lot more podcasts coming up this week. I gotta hit up Yo Nerd. We gotta finish our talk on Dark Crisis, because who doesn't want to talk about comic books? Probably people who don't read comic books. They don't want to talk about comic books. So MCU fans, God. Who's listening to this? I don't know what's listening to me, make a mockery of myself. But they don't read comic books. Let's be serious. Christopher Priest, and I want to keep on talking about it, said it best. Stop catering to people who don't read the comics. Because why? But yeah, DC comic books doing a lot of cool stuff still. World Finest looks really interesting. I know the Catwoman is really taking off too. That's gaining some steam, which is surprising. Batman is taking over everything in DC comic books right now. I'm not sure why that is, but it seems to be Batman is the top seller. It happens though. It goes in flux. Sometimes it's Batman, sometimes it's Spider-Man, sometimes it's Wolverine, sometimes it's Wonder Woman, or the Green Lanterns. It's a whole flow. How some people switch from the Marvel DC realm. Sometimes the characters kind of shine too. The Hulk was pretty popular about 4 years ago, so it happened. It just a rotation of characters. It's nice. It's a cool vibe being a part of the comic book world. Just having random things happen. It's always a fun thing. It really is. There's a lot of games coming out this week. or like in this year. I know God of War comes out in like 2 months. The new one, the Ragnarok. I can't think of anything else. Like no surprise TV shows. Nothing I've been watching. I know I kind of finished P-Valley, so we're going to be talking about P-Valley pretty soon. Ha have missed that show. That show is so fucking good. Paper Girls, I hear good things about that. I was waiting for the reviews before I decided to check out Paper Girls, but I really want to check out Paper Girls. It looks awesome, so I'm going to watch that. League of Their Own. Maybe I'll watch like the new season of Atlanta. There you go. So, this has been fun. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. Happy Friday. Hope your weekend goes well. Tell your friends about FTO Nerd Talk. Subscribe, review, follow me on all different platforms. Because, hey, your love keeps me going. That is hokey and cheesy as hell. Can't believe I just said it out loud. But I hope you guys are having a good one. God. Someone stop me. Seriously. Good God. That was like a Jim Carrey bit. Like I'm just doing too much. My wife told me at the PTA meeting, hey, I was clapping when the principal said something. And she's like, hey, dial it back. Dial it back. I'm like, hey, stop stealing my bits. I'll tell people that all the time. But whatever. I hope you guys are having a good one. I'm going to stop. I swear. Have a good one. Hey guys, D here of FTO Nerd Talk. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, tell your friends about FTO Nerd Talk. Got a lot of different shows for all of you. Make sure you tune in every week for a brand new episode. Take it easy.